to the art. What I was watching was new, was different. Yes, it doesn't invite comparison with what they can do now, but to a 1983 student watching that was the kind of television I'd never seen before, and I loved every second of it. So yes, I watched it, but of course we didn't have VCRs back then. So if you weren't in on a Saturday evening, you didn't see it.
There we go, we like it. Nico, we're going to pass that same question to you.
Yes, I was a fan. I don't think there were conventions. I was a fan in that I enjoyed watching the show, and I didn't want to miss an episode. And we would discuss it in the school playground the following day, on the Monday. Oh, did you see that episode? Did you see that monster? Did you see that? And when people go all that, oh, I'm not scared of the Daleks, and all that stuff about people who put their feet up on the sofa, I did that. We had one of those sofas with legs, so there was a gap, and I was always worried that the monster was underneath. And I'd sit there with my feet up, and I didn't like it if we were called for dinner, because it was like, I've got to get down, and I'd rather stay and watch the Generation Game, because by the time the Generation Game is finished, I'm a little less scared that there might be a monster underneath.
This is so going over their heads.
We're expecting a conveyor belt right now.
So
yeah, but I'm the same way. You just reminded me when we were little kids. It was only when I first saw Doctor Who, whether you were a fan or not, you watched everything. There's only 3 channels, so everybody watched everything anyway. Like you say, turn up, the kids at school. You go in the next morning, you say Doctor Who had been on, and the kids would be acting scenes out from it. So you were kind of a fan of everything anyway. Whatever it was on.
Yeah,
that was how it was. Yeah.
Hello. No, I wasn't a fan, but you'd always read in the press. I was always playing out, but you'd always read in the press that the Doctor was changing. And as a child, I was really fascinated by technically how they were going to do the regeneration. And emotionally, I was like, well, how could it be the same character but somebody else? So I'd watch the regenerations to see how they did that.
Love it. Well, talking about regenerations, a question that I'm sure everybody wants to know in this audience is, without saying yourself, who would be your ultimate Doctor?
Well, ultimate means last, so that's, at the moment, it's shooting.
Okay, well, let me rephrase it. Who's your favourite Doctor? I like the way that you slid out of that for us.
The only Doctor I've ever fancied is Jodie, so it's Jodie.
I was honestly expecting you to say
You didn't fancy me, Bob? I quite like you.
I don't have favourites. I don't do favourites. I love being in the moment. It's like, what's your favourite pet, or what's your favourite sibling or something. I can't do favourites. I just can't. I love them all.
Beautiful. Excellent way to sit on the fence there.
Probably the first one.
Yeah?
The one that got me into it. Bill Hartman.
The one.
Yeah, just the one. He seemed like, to kids, he seemed like he was like 100 years old, didn't he? Like Victorian gentleman with the white hair.
And he was only 25 when he showed
No,
up.
but seriously, what was he, 50?
Yeah, something
You
like
know what I
that.
mean? He was a 50-year-old actor. No, he was my favourite.
He was a legend. Chris?
Shooty. I think it was incomprehensible in 1963 that we'd end up with somebody like Shooty playing the role. So,
Yeah.
Shooty.
Yeah,
Definitely.
great answers. What do you guys think? How's Shooty doing?
Do you realise you've got 3 northern actors sitting here? The 3 northern actors. I spent my first 20-odd years in Manchester. And you're Liverpool. The other lot, that's Scottish lot, and they can all take a hike, can't they?
And where are you from?
Sorry.
Sorry. I'm not from Manchester, I'm from Salford.
Surrey seems to be the hardest word.
We were there first, people of the Saltford. Manchester was the Romans.
I'm actually from Rochdale.
Which God!
Salford.
Yeah, but now McCoy's now cock-a-hooping because it's like, he says Scots 3, Scousers 2. Because there's 3 of them.
Well, I'm sure you'll agree that the North have definitely provided us with the best doctors!
What about that rumors in you about there being there's a North somewhere?
Lots of planets have a north.
You see, that's the best line.
That's a fine
That's
That's the best line ever.
Episode 1 on the banks of the Thames. Yeah.
Yeah.
Quite satisfying to do that just in front of the Houses of Parliament.
Going into the role, did you get any advice from the doctors that preceded you? Did you look to them for advice? Did they approach you with, this is what you are going to get, this is what to expect from this franchise?
Yeah, because I was jamming because and it happened quite quickly, but McCoy was a mate anyway at the time, and Annie was in it. And weirdly, my agent who was doing the thing was Janet Fielding. Because she'd stopped acting and she became an agent, she was the agent. So I was getting that advice from them. So yeah.
Full on deep dives.
Full on, yeah.
What were they telling you?
I remember Janet saying, trying to impress them, you probably like the same. So, you know, she was going, look, it ain't like any other job, you know. And it wasn't really going in. I was a little bit nervous. It wasn't really going in, but she was right. You know, and years later, here's proof. It ain't like any other thing you'll ever do as an actor. So.
To coming back to
Yeah.
beautiful. Well, we loved the TV movie, didn't we? TV movie. It does. Chris, any advice?
Oh, I don't listen to advice.
That's exactly what I
I'm
wanted
from
to
Salford. The best thing that was said about me was because when I was cast, there was questions about because it was breaking the mould slightly, apparently. Although it wasn't with Paul and Colin, but that's the time. And my favourite thing that happened was somebody said to Tom Baker, "What do you think about Chris Eccleston playing the Doctor?" And he said, "Who's Chris Eccleston?" That was my favourite. Who is Christopher Eccleston?
He was half cut when he said that. He's a legend, absolute superstar. Absolute superstar.
No, even if you'd spent the day with him the day before, he'd have said that.
So, ladies and gentlemen, once again, if you would like to pose questions to our doctors, please feel free. There was a hand that shot up there, please. There you go.
Before you go there, I'm going to give you my advice.
Oh, here we go.
Because you didn't ask me.
I think I shot straight to Paul.
It'll be dark in a minute.
When I took over from Peter Davison, I thought it would be polite to say to him, "Got any advice, Pete?" And he went, "Nah." And that was my conversation.
But weirdly,
What?
he told me what it was going to be like working with Colin.
Oh, didn't
Do you remember? He did.
Hang on a minute. What did he say?
He went, ooh. Colin Baker. If it gets really difficult, you can call me.
I heard that about Peter Davidson, actually.
I was like, what?
That's my impression.
I was like, what? He was just winding me up. Just totally winding me up.
What brilliant answers. I love it. Well,
Did you call him?
No.
how funny would it be if she said, "Yeah, I reckon every day"? Guys, please feel free. Come on up. Where were we with our first question? It was you, yeah, bring it on down. Loving it in. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we are a very inclusive community. So as our guests make their way up to the microphone, we want you guys to give them a massive round of applause. Come on. Hi, what's your name? Hi, Holly. Right. As clearly and as concisely and as near to the microphone as you can without touching it. Let us know your question.
If you could face a monster from any other era of the show, which monsters would you want to face?
Great question.
Defo, the Weeping Angel, what a monster, that is the greatest ever.
Yeah, that's terrifying.
That for me, easy.
The Sontarons, the baked potato things. It's a bit like Clive James.
Oh, the farty ones, what they're called?
Slitheen.
The Slitheen, I'd love to work with a farty monster.
Nicola, who would you be running away from?
There's loads left. Go
There's
on.
loads left. I'd like to work with the little blobs of fat. Because I think, it's constantly on my mind.
The adipose.
The adipose. Exactly.
Awesome.
You did work with a little blob of fat.
Thank you for that question.
Well done, Holly. Give her a round of applause. Ladies and gentlemen, what we are going to do is just to make it easier for our questions. If you do have questions, come and stand yourselves next to our stage, and it makes it easier flowing in and out. Jump yourselves down. You can come first. Come on first. The fez looks amazing. Don't you agree? The fez looks sensational.
I think the boy looks impressive.
There we go. There. That's what we like. Hi, what's your name? Hi, Teddy. Right. Let's see what question you've got for our doctors.
What is it like being inside of the TARDIS?
Okay, that's great. What is it like being inside of the TARDIS? Let's see what we can generate as the most spectacular answer. Let's see what's like in TARDIS.
I'm going to answer first because I'm the only Earthling.
You are.
The only Earthling to be in there, like you. And it blows your mind. Because it's not like this world. It's another world. So you must be asleep. So then you pinch yourself. And you're not asleep. It's happening. You walk in a box. It's not a box. And you never, ever feel the same again about anything.
What an answer.
I don't think we can answer it now, can we?
And if anybody wants
We don't know what it's like not to be in the TARDIS, though, do we?
And if anybody does want to take some pictures with our TARDIS, inside leads to our exit. So you get to find exactly what it's like being inside the TARDIS. Teddy, give him a massive round of applause for an amazing show. Come on down. Just like the generation game now, Nicola, we've got him on a conveyor belt. Let's go. Hi, what's your name? Let's see if we can bring that mic up just a little bit for you. Hi, what's your name? Joseph. Let's see what. Okay.
What would be or what was? What was
The hardest episode, the hardest scene? Yeah. What was the hardest thing for you guys to do?
The reason we're all pausing, I think, is because it's a question I haven't been asked before. What was the hardest thing to do? So we're all casting our minds back.
The hardest thing might have been that question. Joseph. I don't know.
Good question.
For me, it was the first two.
Yeah, first two episodes. Get into
First two episodes, because you've got the cast and crew. They don't know each other. Nobody understands the tone of the show yet, especially with what we were doing, rebooting it. And also, it's very dependent on the quality or not of the director that you're working with.
Okay.
So the first two definitely for me were the hardest.
Good shout. Excellent. Colin, you jumping in?
I'm not there yet.
We are back with us tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen.
I think maybe it wasn't so bad for me, but I think it was really difficult for everyone else. The heat when we were working in Seville, because it was like 114 degrees. I quite liked the heat, and I didn't have to wear a lot of makeup, so I wasn't that bothered. But everyone else, the makeup was dripping a lot, and they had the Sontarans, who were, I did, and they were flying.
It's not like a backing band, does
They
it?
were
met Clive
flying.
James?
I met them. I have actually as well.
You have.
Yeah.
My mum said the same.
And so yeah, the Sontarans were baking, and I did actually fry my breasts.
Well done.
Stop, wait a minute.
Sorry.
Let's go for this then.
Okay. So they decided to make the top that I wore out of a metallic fabric. So the day one, I was Kentucky Fried Nicola. Yeah, a little bit of burning, and so they then limed it so that it didn't directly burn me. me. So I think all in all,
So you
I
roasted,
I
you literally
roasted my
roasted
own
them.
press. Yes,
Yeah, well done.
for Tesco's. I did. Clive James just said, "Would you scream?" I know, and I said exactly what you said. I went, "Really?" Yeah.
Would you scream if what?
Exactly, and I said,
Definitely run away, Clive.
yeah, exactly. I felt exactly that. It was very icky, the whole thing.
For me, it's easy because I only did one episode, didn't I? What was hard?
Big
about-
one, though.
It was a good one, though, wasn't it? Yeah, I was
It was
finally
a
got in one.
motorbike chase.
After 30 odd years, he finally got in one. What was hard? Oh, really the only hard thing was the disappointment that Jodie wasn't there when I got there. I've still never met her. I was dying to meet her. And I had to do my lines to a contact with.
You should have met her.
No.
Oh, she's lovely.
Should come to Comic Con.
I know everyone says she's great and the
She
pleasure
is.
always yeah. So.
She's northern.
Another one. You can't disguise it, can you? Anyway, so that was it.
I think for me, it was the fact that the first few episodes, sadly, were written so that you and I bickered a lot. And the writers of later episodes thought, oh, these two bicker. So they wrote bickering scenes. So, because all they were interested in was writing the scenes for the characters they were creating. So we got another script and it would be bickering. So we had to find ways of playing it against what was there. And we did, and we managed to nudge them away. We did it with humour and all sorts of things. And, but it was quite hard, wasn't it, to get through that bicker barrier.
Yeah. The bicker barrier, that's it.
You look fantastic.
Yeah.
Come to the microphone.
Yeah, come on, bring it on in. I love that you go around with
Because I can complain, so yeah.
So you look sensational as Shooty, but I'm giving off awesome Freddie Mercury vibes as well. Let's keep it. What's your name? Hi. Harrison, give us the best question you've got inside you, Harrison.
Because in the recent new series, the Doctor met the Beatles. So if you could travel in time and meet them.
Come to the mic.
In the recent series, the Doctor met the Beatles and if
The
you
miserable
could meet any
Beatles.
band, what band would you be?
Hey, good
Okay,
question.
great question.
Good question.
Well, meet anyone or be a band.
So the question
Oh,
was,
what?
just so we've got it for camera, with the recent
That's a
Doctor
great
meeting the Beatles, if you guys could meet any band as the Doctor, who would it be?
Aretha Franklin.
Oh, well, yeah, in Memphis. Yeah. I'd have to say that Duke Ellington band with Billie Holiday and the
Oh.
Club,
Absolutely sensational. Go on.
That's where I was going, but with like Nina Simone.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
God,
This date does, doesn't
Smoky,
it?
smoky cafes. Smoky jazz
These guys
cafes.
are like Taylor Swift, who was like, yeah, that's what I expected.
Yeah.
Go on, Colin, where are we going?
The Bangles.
Oh, yes!
I wonder why.
I wonder why Susanna Hoff still my beating heart. Amazing job. You did
That's a great
sensational.
question.
Harrison, do a turn around.
Thanks, Harrison.
Harrison, give them a wave. There we go. There's your star spot on here. My friends. Excellent, guys. Keep on flowing through. Hello. What's your name? Hi. Ethan, hello. Let me see if I can rise that mic. Just there for you. Right, Ethan, what do we say?
What made you want to be in the Doctor Who?
Universe. Okay, great. What made you want to be within the Doctor Who universe?
It's nearly always a person, though, isn't it? Someone who's trying to persuade you to do it. Isn't that the answer, really? In my case, it was Philip Seagal. Yeah, who just tried. Yeah, that was it.
Shoehorned you into it. Beautiful.
Yeah. Phoned me up and said, right, it's you. So
Did you have to keep it quiet? When you found out, was it a case of a
I
can't
think
tell
that's
anyone?
expected, isn't it? You got to keep it quiet till everything's confirmed. That's normal. Yeah. But what I think in turn we all must have had to be persuaded, right, by somebody. Somebody had to get us into it.
Chris is like, no, I was good with this. We're all good. We're going to jump right on this reboot.
Go on then.
Go on, Cole. Anybody?
Apart from money, ego, ambition, I've done lots of very serious programs for adults. And sorry if this offends certain people. I wanted to do something for children. I wanted to get hearts and minds at a very early age and give them something fun and adventurous, which didn't kind of patronise their intelligence. So I wanted to move away from. I wanted to move away from being a miserable bugger, but it didn't work.
All for the fans, we love it. Speaking of the fans, that's an incredible question. Give them a round of applause to Ethan. Thanks, Ethan. Speaking of the fans, I'm going to jump straight in for you, Cole, on this one. What has been the best or strangest, most unique gift that you've ever been given from a Doctor Who fan? Let's just jump down a rabbit hole.
It's not quite the answer to your question, but I've been given some bizarre gifts. For instance, there was once in a hotel in America, I opened the door and there was a girl dressed as Captain Yates lying on the floor outside the door, fully armed, weapons. And I said, hello. Oh, sorry, sir. I said, what are you doing? I'm guarding you, sir. I said, you're not really, are you? You're just drawing attention to the fact there's something worth guarding. And he's sitting there with a prop gun. Not a prop gun, sir! Beg your pardon? She turned out to be in the reserve. She had a real gun, with real bullets. And she thought she was protecting me. I made it perfectly clear that was not what I had in mind. On the other extreme, the most bizarre thing I've autographed. Excuse me, Mr. Baker, do you autograph breast implants? I haven't before. Is it currently attached to you? No, it's my old one. In front of me. There was a jellified mould appeared on the table in front of me. And I signed it. What a pro. What a pro. What a legend.
You've just become my favourite Doctor, Colin. I love it.
I did say I feel alright doing this. I didn't say that actually.
Nicola.
Yeah, I'm just going to say that I've left my prescription glasses over there, so I can only see you when I put these back down. I'm not doing the sunglasses thing. Just saying that. It's just I see you better with these on. It's all body parts with me. I was sent a piece of someone's body in the mail. You'll have to work that out.
Please tell us.
Okay.
No, don't.
Okay. You can cut it off with scissors, but it's not from the area you're thinking of. So that was an interesting gift I was given.
Yeah, how do you sign hair?
No, that was you said gift was your question.
Yeah.
And then the strangest thing I've ever signed was a gentleman came in the States and his jeans pocket had been cut in the bottom half, so the top was still there, so it lifted as a flap. And he asked me to sign his hairy ass, which he was going to have tattooed with my signature.
Did you do it?
Cheek.
Yes. I did it. The difficulty was actually where to put the second hand. Where do you put the other hand to stabilise yourself? That's the tricky. That I think it was. But anyway, there you go. Welcome to the world. Welcome to my world.
What was the question?
It was the strangest gift that you've ever been given.
Strangest gift.
Don't know.
No, Nicola's still wondering whether there was a second flap on those pants. Shall we come back to you, Paul?
Yeah, come back to me on that one.
It was today during a photo opportunity. Somebody gave me something to hold, and usually it's a sonic screwdriver and it was this knitted thing, and I said, what is this? And it was a knitted COVID germ. Have you got it here?
Has anybody got it? Where is it?
She knits. She said to me, I want to give all the doctors COVID.
I love you. Brilliant.
That's hysterical.
Well, if anybody can cure it, they're on stage. We've got doctors in the house. We love it. Paul, have we got one?
No, I've gone blank.
There we go. We're good. Feel free, guys. Come on
This is
down.
a
Come
gift
down.
in itself.
We've got questions galore, and we have got probably about 10-15 minutes left. So let's see how many we can get in. We'll try and get in as many as possible. Yes, good sir. Hello. What's your name?
My name is James.
James.
If you could pick, what interior of the TARDIS would your favourite be?
Oh, let's do some interior decorating, guys. What would the interior of your TARDIS look like?
I like mine as it was, actually.
There we go.
I did actually like mine, yeah.
I was expecting a very fluorescent answer from Colin, that's why I started. Imagining this beautiful arrangement of flowers around the TARDIS. Let's see. Oh, the jungle! It could have been the jungle. We could have taken you straight back to I'm a Celeb.
Could indeed.
Would you do that again?
What, that?
Yeah.
Given the level of payment, yes, probably.
Nicola.
More sofas. Why aren't there any sofas?
Soft furniture.
Soft furnishings.
Yeah.
Lie down.
Yeah.
Put the TARDIS on autopilot. Have a rest.
Yeah.
I quite like that idea.
Yeah?
I'd like an indoor garden. I'd like trees and birds and
Nice.
rivers and stuff.
Yeah.
If you can't get out, you need it to come in. So, yes.
I love this. It's like TARD DFS. It's what we're in.
Yeah.
Full
But I
separation.
remember being really like wowed by your TARDIS because it was like, wow.
You know what was
it had gone big.
You know what was quite
It was the
wild
first
about
time
it?
of going
Well,
big.
it's because they had to build it.
Yeah.
There was no CGI, so they had to build the thing.
Yeah.
So it would have gone back from here. It would have gone back to that wall. So yeah, so they had to build.
It
No, because
was.
my kids were what, 5, 6 then, and whenever they were around, they wanted to play in it. We had to stop shooting.
Yeah.
That's
But,
brilliant.
but it was literally, it was like the studio set like the size of this room.
That current one,
Yes.
because when we were down there, we visited the current one.
What does it look like?
It's
bigger than this
extraordinary.
room.
It is.
I don't know that I liked it when I first saw it, but it's warming on me now.
The size of this building.
Yeah.
It's just.
You
I
have
wouldn't
to
mind one like when we were little. Like I'm not the Jetsons, but like remember when they used to have them programs on, thinking what the 21st century was going to look like. I think I might like one like that. You know, like a Tomorrow's World one. Where things were kind of all right, but not quite right. Kind of,
Like Tomorrowland in Disney.
Tomorrowland, yeah. It's sort of Epcot. Yeah.
Chris?
TARDIS Land.
TARDIS Land.
Yeah,
that's it.
TARDIS Land.
Let's
yeah.
sell it to Disney. We're there.
I'd like to walk into the TARDIS and the central control panel to be on the centre spot of Old Trafford. And I'd like to be in the middle of the pitch at Old Trafford.
Got any United fans in?
Would you have a leaky roof?
Yeah.
There's a leaky roof going on.
And Ten Hag looks like one of the villains. The thing about the TARDIS I was in, I walked into a studio just outside Cardiff, Newport it was, in an industrial estate, and the design of that TARDIS, 2004, was absolutely brilliant. It was stunning. I couldn't believe the work the designer had done and all his team. But then within 2 days, I was in the middle of Cardiff in basically a plywood box. Which is what it is. They've got about, sorry to spoil this, they've got about 18 TARDISes that they knock up, and you stand in the middle of it. You know, brings you back down to earth, no pun intended.
Let's slide on for another.
Come on, Joe.
Yeah.
Rocking
Great.
it, Joe.
You
Yes.
look fantastic.
What's your name?
Unironically, it's Matt Smith.
Do a wave, ladies and gentlemen. Our four pictures in the house.
So I recently listened to Colin Baker's Big Finish Regeneration, Brink of Death, and it's one of my favourite regenerations ever. So for
the three doctors who have had perhaps the shortest runs but some of the best, if you could have one more TV story, what would it be about?
Oh, okay, that's a great question. Excellent job, man.
Just one more.
Just if you got one more, one roll of that dice and you can make it whatever you wanted it to be about, now's your shot. What are you doing? What are we pitching? What's going to be in front of that lens? Great question, man. You have stumped me hard, buddy.
Oh, yeah, they're existential.
How could it not involve going back in time and presenting the great orange monster's parents from ever meeting? Couldn't that be a good story? But sadly, it wouldn't reflect reality. So,
Would it be in Germany? I would have to be in Germany, wouldn't it? Anyway, on we go with that one. Don't know. Maybe something to do with the Beatles.
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah.
Love it. Yeah.
Yeah, in Hamburg.
Just so you get to a trip abroad.
Yeah.
Well, Nicola's been to Seville. We found that out earlier on. We like it. Chris just went to Stockport and Cardiff. We're good. What are you thinking, Chris? Where are we going to take it? Where would your episode be?
Whichever hospital Nigel Farage was born in.
And we have just gone viral. Welcome to Comic-Con Yorkshire.
Keep it light.
Yeah. Bring it on in, we can do...
I could go to Motown. I'd go to Motown.
Hi, what's your name?
Katie.
Hi, Katie.
of course you are.
My question is for Chris. Do you still have the moves?
I never had the moves.
Was that a stunt? No, was that a stunt?
Somebody once said about my dancing that I dance like I'm recently assembled. Or I dance like I'm straight out of the box. I never had the moves. Never had the moves. Oh, absolutely, but not at the moment. I'm not taking my arthritis medicine this morning. You're welcome.
Love it. I think you're on there, Katie. Brilliant. Bring it on in, we can slide one more in. And then I've got a social media question to ask you guys whether something fun.
Oh, yeah. Are you hearing this?
Okay, so there's your question. Excellent. What's your name, by the way? Jared. Excellent. If you were to cast the next Doctor, who would it be?
Bloody hell. They're so good at doing it themselves at the moment that it would be... I'd be reluctant to try and do better than them.
Michelle Obama.
Wow, that's left field. Yeah, it is. That's brilliant. Brilliant. Ooh.
I think that's literally just stuck them on with Michelle Obama. Or just
That's brilliant. I remember seeing Matt Smith on stage shortly before he was announced as the Doctor. Yeah. And I remember thinking, you don't make a Doctor. And then I thought, oh, shut up, Nicola. But I remember thinking, wow, he was magnetic and quirky. And in fact, the stage was, there was a pen that he was using, rolled off stage, and I was right before. And so I thought, they might need that later. I'll just put it back on because you don't know whether it's an important part of the story. And it's just there, and you're an actor and you're trying to be sensitive, and it's just very sensitive to just put it back on the stage, you know. And he went down and he winked. And when I met him, I went, where was that woman who put that pen back on the stage? And he was like, really? You know, but I remember thinking,
Got the cheek
he's
as
got
well.
the
Got the
cheek,
cheek as
he's
well.
got the thing, and I thought, he may go, and then when he was announced, and everyone's going, who's Matt Smith? I was going, the person I cast as the Doctor.
Get a percentage.
So yeah, it's good. It's somebody like that. It's somebody that most people don't know or don't think of in that way, and that's what makes it interesting. Yeah. So sorry if that wasn't the best answer. I think yours was the best.
I don't think we were going to get any better than Michelle Obama.
Jeremy Corbyn.
Okay.
Jeremy Corbyn.
We have now just hit Newsnight, ladies and gentlemen.
The Bangles.
All of them.
Tied together.
Yeah, we can do one final one and then we're gonna have to wrap with something fun. Okay.
It's just a quick question for Paul, really, because obviously you've got a lovely Scouse accent, but your doctor didn't have a Scouse accent, and I wondered how that decision sort of came about.
I don't remember, except maybe because we were in North America and they might not have understood a word I was saying. So, no, seriously, they may just, I can't remember deciding it, but wherever you are, you've got to make yourself understood. Short talk.
Great question, we love it.
Thank you.
We have got a social media question that's come all the way from San Francisco, California. Claire has sent us a little message to say, if your doctor was going to drop into the setting of another TV show, which show would you like her to appear in?
Inside number 9.
Belting answer. Perfect, yeah. Fit really well. Paul, beautiful. Nicola.
Well, I think, because the A-Team used to be on at the same time as us, I think we should have dropped into the A-Team and showed them how it was really done without guns.
Al was not normal.
Nice. Colin, round it off for us.
News noise.
The Bangles' greatest hits.
He's a man
I
obsessed.
am going to get you a CD for tomorrow. I love it. Now, we're going to close things off, ladies and gentlemen, with a little game that we call Never Have I Ever. We are going to pass these paddles down to our doctors and to our wonderful companion, and I'm going to pose a couple of quick fire questions to you that you're going to raise with either have or never. If you raise have, we'll delve just a little bit deeper. If you raise never, we'll leave it out. Let's see exactly how our doctors go. Never have I ever used my celebrity to get me out of trouble. Oh, Nicola. No. Oh, right, Nicola, let's see how bad you truly be.
Well, I don't think I was bad, because I'm never bad. But somehow my car was going faster, I don't know how, than the speed limit. That's true. They're always on fire, darling. It's that Zelda Fitzgerald rhythm. Where's the fire? Do you know? I'll just answer it. Zelda Fitzgerald called the fire brigade, and the fire brigade rushed in, and they said, "Where's the fire?" She jumped on the table at the restaurant, opened her jacket, and said, "Here."
Oh, nice.
So, yes.
You know you're a star when you can do that.
Yes. So,
Put that out.
so my car, which was going faster than the speeding limit, well, I was pulled over, and
Don't do this at home, children.
yes, and when the window went down, I was told you were going faster, and they weren't looking at me. But then when they looked at me, they went, "Oh my God, you can go as fast as you want. You've got a TARDIS." And that's exactly what they said. And I went, "Okay. Do you need a signature for that? Because you normally have to sign you've been done for speeding." So instead of signing a speeding ticket, I signed an autograph.
Very nice. A round of applause for that.
And that's the advantage your gender have. Because when I've been stopped, oh, we're Doctor Who, we think we can do what we like. I tend to keep my head down and not play that card, because it'll have the opposite effect.
Excellent, brilliant answer. Right, next one. Never have I ever, whilst being famous, had a crush on another celebrity. Susanna Hoffs. Let's see how well we got. Let's see what we got. Okay. We've got a full house. Right, I'm going to start with the Bangles down this end.
Too many of them, I don't think I could manage that. Jennifer Lawrence is all right, you know.
Yeah.
I admire her work, her body of work. If you see what I mean. Somebody I've worked with? Possibly not. I better say no.
Has it got to be someone you work with?
No, you don't have to have worked with them. It's just someone that you admire from afar, and it seems that every time you turn the TV on or you look at your phone, it seems to be a picture of them right there. So yeah, anyone you've just got a crush on that just means that little bit much to you that's in the celebrity line. Nicola.
We haven't got long enough. It'll take about 3 hours.
Oh, exactly right.
Just,
We're all sitting here, aren't we?
but there are so many people. I can't even narrow them down. It's down
What
to
are we made of
favourites
stone?
again. There are dozens and dozens and dozens and hundreds of people, musicians, actors, writers, people that I admire, and I fall in love like that. So, you know, I get a crush so easily. Someone just twinkly eyes and they're magnetic, and I thought, oh, I like what they just said, and I'm there.
Who's the present incumbent? Who's the
Right,
latest
it's
one?
you, darling.
Oh, sure.
But no, I don't think there's one person. I'm fickle too, because it's not. I'm not down to one person. I'm not limited to how many crushes I can have. I can have crushes on anyone who literally comes up to the desk and they're really, really nice and friendly. I just love people.
I love that. Well, let's sway the question
And I
then.
like people who are just out there doing their thing.
Seeing as we're talking about love, never have I ever watched Love Island.
Oh, yeah.
You are playing to this crowd.
Have you watched Love Island?
No, mate, no, we're good.
Okay.
It's too much for even me.
Yes, you have.
No, I really haven't. My wife would be, she's all over it.
Do you watch food programs? Do you watch like Bake Off? And
Yeah, that kind of stuff, yeah. Yeah.
just asking.
Just
asking.
you can line me up for a job if you want, Paul.
No.
You know the peeps. We're all good. Right.
Never seen that, huh?
Never have I ever pulled the line, do you know who I am? Oh, they're all good ones. Look at the shock on their faces. Gutted. Never
Well,
have...
it's such a stupid question. Because if they do, you don't need to tell them. And if you don't, you make yourself look a Burke.
Amazing. Warwick Davis was way up for this. He was like, yes, I pull it all the time. We do it all the time. Let's give one more. Let's do one more. Never have I ever accepted a role and instantly regretted it.
Instantly. I think we all have, haven't
Oh, there we go. Right, so quick fire, we'll go down the line. Tell us the role that you accepted that you instantly regretted.
When I say instantly, it was when I started doing it. I accepted the role in a play in the West End with Terry Scott, having been reliably informed that he was a reformed man, he had a reputation, and that he was, ever since he'd been ill, he was much nicer and more pleasant. He wasn't, and I hated every second of it for 6 months.
There we go. Excellent. We've broken the bound. Let's see. We've opened up Pandora's box. Nicola, tell us, what have you regretted?
Similar story. I did a farce, dinner with George, and not only did I have a very nasty accident during it because they were sloppy, the stage management, but the cast bickered all the time. And the more funny I was, because my role was very funny, and the funnier I was, the more the two older people, because I was playing, there was 2 young leads and 2 old leads, the older couple would go and complain and ask if our lines could be cut. So every the more funny you were, and I had a funny drunk dance in the middle as well, and they didn't like that because that got loads of laughs, and they asked if that could be cut, but it wasn't. But it was just the endless, the better you do your job, the more they want to cut. So it was awful, miserable.
Shocker. Paul?
Shocker.
Shocker. And I really want to see this dance now.
I went out to do that thing, Sharp, you know, the thing that Sean Bean did.
Oh, yeah.
And the first day we got there, I nearly broke my leg. So that's how I got replaced, and Sean ended up doing it. So yeah, instant regret.
So you were going to be shot?
And it was the day before we started shooting, we played a game of football, and I was injured. So instant regret.
Instant regret.
And it's a long way from home, yeah.
I remember that, and I completely forgotten.
Yeah, we were in Ukraine. So it wasn't even like I could just...
That's a long way home.
Yeah. So instant regret.
But think of all the other parts that you got that you wouldn't have got
Exactly
if
right.
you'd been playing
Philosophical.
sharp all that time.
What would we do without him?
He's a doctor. Chris, we'll finish it off with you.
The Doctor, when I met the first director, but I got over that, but I've done so much shit for money. You know, I've done so, and I have to say, been shit in shit for money. So whenever really I've done a job for money, to my idealistic self of 19, I always feel like I've betrayed him. So then, I've still got the money. I haven't actually, I've lost the money.
Spent.
You guys are awesome. Now, I want to make sure that each and every one of you have the most memorable experience of your Doctor Who lives. Would you like to get in a giant selfie with all our Doctor Who panel? Do you want to be a part of that?
Yes!
So what we're going to invite our